All right, guys, I'm going to give you, let's see, a couple molarity problems very similar to that worksheet the other day. So this is going to be due tomorrow. Not this one, this one. Okay, so 8, 9, and 10 are going to be due, and I'm going to give you probably 2 more. So I'll give you 5 more. So if I give you the molarity and, or if I give you the volume in grams, what's the molarity? You got to convert grams to moles. If I give you the molarity and the volume, you're going to find moles, then convert to grams. And if I give you the molarity and the grams, and I want to know the volume, you got to convert grams to moles. So I'll probably do a couple examples where I'll do like number 8 and 9. So I'll give you the volume in grams, then I'll give you the volume in molarity, right? So I'm just going to make this up kind of on the fly here. So we use pink here. If a solution of I don't know, let's go HNO3 has a volume of 250 milliliters, calculate the molarity if, I don't know, let's say 15.5 grams of HNO3 are dissolved. Now this is a bad one from a chemistry perspective because HNO3 is a acid and it's a solution, but that's fine, whatever. I wrote it, so I'll go with it. All right. Okay. So I know we have 15.5 grams of HNO3, and I know the volume is 250. I need to calculate the molarity. So here's the molarity formula, right? Molarity equals moles over liters, right? So I have my milliliters, which is liters. So that's 0.250 liters. That's the volume in liters. I need to solve for this, but first I have to figure out moles using grams, just like we did in the last video. So I need to find the molar mass of HNO3. So HNO3, H has a mass of 1 gram, N has a mass of 14, O is 16 times 3, right? So if we go to the periodic table here, O is 16, N is 14, H is 1. We know that. Okay, so 16 times 3 is 48 grams. So 48 plus 14 plus 1. So 48 and 15, right? 3, 1. So that's 53 grams per mole, right? So 48 grams, because 3 times 16. 48 plus 15, 14 and 1. 3, 1. So that, 63 grams per mole. 63 grams per mole. Sorry, did that too quick. All right, so now we take this with the 15.5 to solve for moles in this problem. Then we take the moles and put it up here in the top. So, and then we can solve for molarity. So I'm going to do that first. So we have 63 grams in 1 mole. This problem is telling us we have 15.5 grams. How many moles is that? Right? So this is a 2-step problem. Step number 1, or really step number 1 is finding the molar mass, gram formula mass of HNO3. Then take the grams they give us. Next step, convert to moles. Now we take the moles and put it here. So 63x, so 63x equals 15.5 divided by 63 divided by 63. X equals, give me a second here, 15.5 divided by 63, and I get 0.246, and I'll keep 3 sig figs. So that's how many moles are in this solution. I know there's a lot on the screen right now. Okay, so 2.46 moles is 15.5 grams. Now I take my volume and my moles, plug it in the molarity formula to get molarity. So M equals 0.246 moles over 0.250 liters. 0.26 0.246 divided by 0.250. I get 0.984 capital M or moles per liter. Kids get confused with the unit because they see, all right, mole, capital M molarity equals. So a lot of times kids will write capital M equals 0.984. They're like, that's the unit. That's not the unit. We don't write units in front of numbers, right? Write units after. So like if I asked you how much you weigh, right? And you said 100 pounds equals, you wouldn't write pounds equals 120. No, you would write 120 pounds. That's how we label units. It's on the right of the number, after the number. So every year I've ever taught kids write this, they think that's acceptable for labeling units. It's not acceptable. Units go after the number. So don't do that. Okay. So again, recap. Here's the problem. I turned 15.5 into moles, doing what we just did in that last worksheet, last video. How did I do that? I found the molar mass, gram formula mass of HNO3. That's where the 63 came from. 0.246 is the result of that. Now I plug that in our molarity formula over here. The volume was given, 0.246 over 0.250, and that's 0.984 moles per liter, or capital M. Maybe next time I'll use a different color for the first step and then second step. All right, so now let's say, oops, every time I do it. Here, we'll use a different color this time. Let's use purple. Feeling purple right now. Okay, so a solution of CaNO3 2 has a molarity of 1.5 M and a volume of 650 milliliters. Calculate the number of moles dissolved. Okay, so this time, no, not moles, grams. Calculate the number of grams dissolved. All right, so solution of calcium nitrate has a molarity of 1.5 and a volume of 650. Calculate the number of grams dissolved. That might be hard for you to see. Let me switch this up here. I keep going back to this blue one here. All right, so again, we're going to need to do two steps here. This time, we're going to use the molarity formula first. So molarity equals moles over liters. Then we're going to convert moles into grams. So I know the molarity is 1.5. That goes here. I know the volume is 650. That goes here. That's 0.650. So I'm going to do that right now. 1.5 equals x over 0.650. This is really over 1. Cross multiply. X equals 1.5 times 0.650. And I get 0.975 moles. All right, I need grams. So I'll use a different color here. Let's go with orange on this one. Okay. All right. So now I need to find the gram formula mass of CaNO3 I'll do that over here on the side. So CaNO3 2. All right. So Ca has a mass of 40 grams. There's 2 nitrogens. Each is 14. So the nitrogen's 28 grams. And then I have 6 oxygens, each 16. So 16 times 6, I believe, is 96 grams. 16 times 6. Yeah. All right. So I got 96 from my 6 oxygens. I got 28 from my 2 nitrogens. And then 1 calcium is 40. Just to make sure you follow me here. 16 for oxygen, 14 for N. So 14 times 2 and then 16 times 6, right? That's where I'm getting those numbers. And then 1 calcium is 40. So now I add these up. 96 plus 28 plus 40. And I get 164 grams per mole. 40, I just want to double check. Plus 28 plus 96. Yeah, 164 grams per mole. Now I take this number here and I use this number here to get the answer. Calculate the number of grams. So I know 164 grams in 1 mole. So how many grams are in 0.975 moles? X equals, we just cross multiply. So 164 times 0.975, and I get 159.9 159.9 grams. So there's 2 examples. I'll stop the video now. I'll post this and the other video. And numbers 8, 9, and 10 on the molarity worksheet due the other day are due tomorrow, and I'll give you 2 more. So you'll have 5 of those to do. All right. Hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:30, Wednesday at 9:30.